Hey, what's going on? It's Matt with MJ Gabel Advisors and Trustees of Fine Jewelry here in upstate New York. And today's video, we're going to cover how to value your jewelry and go through a couple of points and values that I think it's important that you know about when it comes time to sell, liquidate, or get rid of some of your diamond jewelry. And it could be for a multitude of different reasons. But most of the time, people have a difficult time understanding why their jewelry is priced at one price when they buy it, and then when they go to sell it, it's significantly lower. So through 10 plus years that I've been doing this, it's not necessarily a formula, but we're finding through the years of doing this that there's a commonality with some pieces. So there's 5 price points that I typically give clients. I give the appraised value, which is always the top or highest value. If you buy something and it appraises less than what you paid retail, that there's an issue there. So there's the appraised, what it would be for replacement, the retail value, which you should pay for it in a retail marketplace. There's the secondary marketplace, which is the used marketplace for that specific piece, wholesale, and then liquidation. The price point should go from top to bottom, liquidation being on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to use, as an example, and I already did the math prior, we're going to use a 1 carat round brilliant H color SI1 clarity diamond. So currently that would appraise in a setting for about $8,000. Okay, just a common setting. It would retail, depending on what brick and mortar retail store that you went to, between $6,800 and $7,600, which you should pay for that. Selling that used, we're seeing those available to the secondary marketplace for about $4,600. The wholesale price on that is about $3,000 to $3,400, and then the liquidation value is about $2,800. So a liquidation value is probably what a gold exchange, jewelry store, somebody in trade would buy that piece from you. They need a margin on there at $2,800 to sell it wholesale back into the marketplace for about $3,000 to $3,400. Or they're going to clean it and polish it and sell it to an end user consumer used for $4,600. Okay, and then don't forget about the ERetail marketplace. So over the last 5 years, they've kind of increased significantly. Rare Carat, Blue Nile, Brilliance, Zora. The companies that are selling kind of just above wholesale but below retail, direct to consumer. The price point probably on that diamond today, I didn't look it up, I'm assuming is probably going to be in like the $3,800 to $4,200 price point, which is below the secondary marketplace, but above wholesale. It's been a very competitive market. So if you as an individual is out there selling it privately at $4,600 and Blue Nile or Rare Carat sells it for $3,800 or $4,000, you're going to be overpriced in that marketplace a little bit, and that's been the problem lately. So percentage, let's talk percentage off of retail and or appraisal. So if the appraisal was done accurately and your retail price point wasn't hyperinflated, typically there's also different standard of goods. There's the commercial goods, which is your chain jewelry stores have got lower quality. There's standard goods, which is common goods, high-end goods, and then signed goods. So on commercial goods, expect 20 to 30% of retail value that you paid. So if you paid $1,000, you're probably going to get $200 to $300 for that piece. That is commercial grade stuff. Standard goods is about 30 to 50% of retail value. So that same $1,000, $300 to $500 is what you should expect to get. High-end goods is usually between 50 and 60% of retail value. So $500 to $600 on that same $1,000. Signed goods, Tiffany, Cartier, Van Cleef, not so much Harry Winston, they've kind of dropped in value. Signed goods, you're normally going to get between 60 and 70% gross of retail value. So that same $1,000, you can probably get $600 to $700 for it. That number is if you sell it on your own. If you sell it in trade, you're probably going to be looking at that 30 to 60% range. Probably more like 30 to 50% of value. Because remember, that buyer, that person who buys it, or store or company that buys it, they need to sell it then, end user consumer, so they'll be able to get that 60, 70%. So these values are predominantly private sale value. So if you need help evaluating and getting an idea of what your pieces are valued at, feel free to send us a message, call us, set up a phone consult, and we can go over these values with you. And this goes for any type of diamond jewelry that you have: rings, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, brooches. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of a rough idea, but unless it's like a very vintage, or a vintage piece, or an Art Deco piece, or a obviously a Euro or an old miner's cut, there's going to be some other values in there. One of our other videos we're going to do is about appraising, or I'm sorry, certifications on diamonds, whether you should or shouldn't. So check that out. Again, I'm Matt with MJ Gabel, Advisors and Trustees of Fine Jewelry. Thanks for checking out this video.